Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I'm really happy to be here tonight. I'm really happy that you can join me. I want to say hello to everyone that is here for the first time, and welcome back if you've been here before. Hello, Sarah. So good to see you. And I want to say hi to all of you watching over there on Rumble. We really appreciate all of our viewers and listeners. Now, this Saturday, June 11th, at 8 p.m., I hope that you will join us for the Spiritual Message Circle. You know, for a donation of $10 or more, you get a message from a panel of the show hosts. The show is so much fun. If you've never, been there before or joined in, I hope you'll check it out this Saturday. And that's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hello, Joyce. So happy to see you here. Hope you're doing well. As I told you guys, I think it was last week and the week before, I scheduled some really amazing special guests for the Words of Wisdom for the summer. My first special guest of the summer was Paige Asma Ashmore. She was here last week and talked about her soul portraits, talked about past lives, and she was absolutely amazing. If you missed that show with her, then I hope you'll catch the replay because you will really enjoy it. Now, more good news. If you don't already know, Paige has joined the Goldylocks Productions team. Her show, Power of You, airs every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you didn't catch her debut show today, the replay is available. And it was a wonderful, wonderful show. So I hope you guys will check that out. Let's see here. What other messages or announcements I have for you guys. Now, I want to thank all of you who have sent in testimonials. We really appreciate that. And if you been thinking about it and just feel like maybe you don't have the time right now, well, the time is not the right time for you. So don't stress about it. But, maybe in the future you'll feel like doing that. And you can go right to the Goldylocks Productions website and click testimonials at the top of the page, and it'll have a little pop-up box. You can put your testimonial in there. So that's, a really easy way to do. And you just can write a couple of sentences. And, we really appreciate that feedback from you guys. We really, truly do. Hello, Linnell. Nice to see you here tonight. Hi, Marcia. Nice to see you as well. So let's see here. I mixed some of my notes together, and now they're all a little messed up. So next week, the psychic medium of Sarasota, Caroline Carey, is going to be here with messages from your loved ones that have crossed over. And the following week, Laura Ramiro will be here for the Words of Wisdom segment. She's going to talk about her healing from grief and loss. So we have a lot to look forward to this summer. So many amazing guests, special guests. I'm so excited about it as well. So before we get started, let's relax a little bit. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out and just relax, let all of our cares of the day just fall away. Maybe you've been really rushed all day, and this is like your few minutes when you're starting to relax. So let's really get into that. So let's take a deep breath in and out. And in and out. And in and out. That really helps me to loosen up a little bit, and my body just feels a little bit better when I let that tension go. As we gather here together, we ask for our spiritual tribes to come in and form a sacred circle around us. We ask for all of the angels and archangels, all of our guides and angels, our healing angels, our higher selves, and all of our ancestors to join with us now. We ask our spiritual tribe to wrap this sacred circle in a beautiful light-filled bubble of the highest vibration of love and light. We ask that we be open to all messages that we receive and that we receive them with a love-filled heart and an open mind. We ask that they help us to heal and be for our highest and best good. We ask that we hear exactly what we need to hear and that we feel it at our very core. We ask that all messages be given and received with the highest vibration of love and light. And so it is. And now that we're a little bit relaxed and we have called in our spiritual teams and our angels and guides and so on, I thought we would do something really fun. Something we haven't done before, but I if it comes out as good for real as it did when I went through it in my head, it's going to be a really fun show. I have a really fun activity for everyone to participate in if you choose. You don't have to, but I think, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We talk a lot about intuition. That's our inner guidance system. It's just like a GPS. It guides us where we need to go on our journey. It takes practice to learn to trust it. That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to practice using it. We're going to tap into our power. When you start using it, it's almost like magic, all of a sudden you just know things that you have no idea how you know them. You just know them. And it can feel very magical. So I want you to get out of your head a little bit. Don't try to think about it, rationalize it, or anything like that. I just want you to tap into your inner power and see what happens. I'm going to show you a card. I want you to look at it. I want you to feel it. I want you to experience it. You may get information from the words on the card. You may get something from the pictures, or it may be the colors. It's different for everyone. And then, I want you to comment what your impressions are. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? Of course, there are no right or wrong answers here. We all receive information in different ways. You're tapping into your intuition. Don't be afraid or hesitant to say what information that you get. You're getting that information for a reason. Trust it. And see, when you look at these cards, also see in it for yourself. So let's see. I'm just going to grab some cards here and shuffle them. And we will just let the universe guide us to the one that will be good for us tonight. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Well, let's see, we got two that fell out. So we'll start with this first one. And this card says Divine Order. In case you can't see clearly what it says, I'm going to read it to you. It's Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. And you can see the scales of justice there and an angel. Well, I guess I could move that out a little. So what impressions do you get from this card? What do you feel? Is it the picture that jumps out at you and speaks to you? Is it the words? As you look at it, do a lot of different things pop into your head? And don't be afraid, to say what information you get, because you always get that information for a reason. So I'll hold this up here a few more seconds and see what comments we get. And I love that angel picture. The angel is just so beautiful. The big wings. And Linnell says, center balance to float through. Oh, I like that, Linnell. Marcia says, balance. Trust the divine timing of life path. Oh, that's beautiful. See, we all get something a little bit different. And I love that. And that's how it's supposed to be, because the information is perfect for you, right? It's just perfect for you because we're all different. So we could all look at a picture of a blue sky, and one of us is going to see more blue, one's going to see more green, one's going to see more white, you know. And Sarah says, comfort is on the way, and something you've been wanting to come to end will be done. Oh, I like that. Joyce, that is awesome. Everyone is equal and loved. Very, very nice. That is so amazing. And well, I'll wait for a minute here and see if anyone else wants to comment on that one. And then I do have another one here. And it's a peace card. And it says, it's Archangel Chamuel. Kim Smith is here. She says, hi, everyone. My new favorite day is 2-show Wednesdays. Oh, that's funny. And welcome, Kim. Glad to see you here. And Archangel Chamuel says, peace comes from remembering that only love is real. It's got some very pretty colors in this picture as well. And see what you guys feel from that. Do you get any, vibrations, any messages from the words, the colors, the picture? How does it resonate with you? And peace is something that we all strive for. And I love the bird. Linnell says, oh, Tiffany, oh, okay. Linnell says, I feel my wings. Oh, I love that. I love that. Anyone else get anything from this card? We'll see if anybody else comments on that one. Peace is powerful, Marcia said. Be still and listen, Joyce said. And Sarah says, your angels are surrounding you and bringing you peace. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I'm going to pick a couple cards from this other deck, and it's the Self-Love Oracle deck. And I've used these cards on here. But these are really cool. I'll show you why, because there's so much to see on each card. Just so much. Now, here's the first one. And this is just the back side. Look at how beautiful that is. And each card, the back is different. They're not all, let's see, they're not all the same colors and stuff. They're all a little bit different. And this is the gift of gratitude. And it says the heart chakra, and it has the number 15 on it. So take a look at this. Isn't that just gorgeous? It just makes me feel so calm and peaceful and, well, grateful when I see that picture. And I love how there's that heart is like right in the center of her head. I think that looks so cool. But she just looks so at peace and so serene. And what impressions do you get from this card? And the back side is green for the heart chakra. And of course, it's got some other colors on it. It's got all the pretty hearts, and it's got all of the, well, I thought that's what that was, but maybe not. But it's just so pretty. So I'll leave that one with you guys for a few minutes and see if anyone feels anything from that. I like these cards. I think they're just so, I guess creative is one of the words I was thinking of. It's just very creative. Sarah said, be thankful and embrace all that you are. Love yourself just as you are. Nature is wanting you to spend more time connecting. Oh, that's beautiful. Hi, Sam. Nice to see you. And I don't want you to feel lost. We're tapping into our intuition. So that's what we're doing right now. Seeing what information that you get from these cards. Sarah said those cards are beautiful. They really are. I got these for, I want to say Mother's Day, I think. This is what they look like on the front. But they're just so colorful and they're so pretty. And let's get another one of these. Hi, Carol Ann. Nice to see you. Carol Ann, don't forget you're going to be my special guest next week. Looking forward to it. Carol Ann's show in the Psychic Flow is on Thursdays at 8 p.m. And Sarah's Super Space Cookie show, Golden Sunshine Healing, is on Mondays at 8 p.m. And Miss Tiffany, most wonderful producer in the world, White Sage Woman, her show is on Sundays at 8 p.m. And that would be Spiritual Insight. Nice to see you. Oh, see, Carol Ann? You said, oh, yeah, like I think you might have forgotten. I'd remind you, though. Don't worry. I'm not going to miss having you on my show. Everyone's looking forward to it. Joyce said, heart wide open and giving with gratitude and peace. That's beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, so let's pick one more here. Oh, well, let's take this one. It's pretty. Now, this is the gift of creativity, and it's the sacral chakra. And this is the back of the card. And this is what the picture looks like. Gift of creativity. Now, how does that speak to you? What information do you get from that card? And from what I can tell, I think all of them have that heart up at the top, which I think is so cool. Hearts are like one of my favorite shapes. Gift of creativity. It's very pretty. It looks like there's quite a bit going on in that picture. So what do you guys feel from that one? I'll give you guys a minute on that. Hello. Hi, Robin. I'm so happy you're here. We are tapping into our power. Gratitude and love moves the world. Oh, Sam, that's beautiful. Carol Ann says she's looking forward to it. Awesome. I am too. And Sarah says, open yourself and let your creative energy flow. Beautiful. And Robin's Cosmic Soul Food show is on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Carol Ann says, remembering we have gifts. Don't forget to check and accept them. Oh, I love that, Carol Ann. That is awesome. And yes, we all do. We all have those gifts. And sometimes we just, leave that gift sitting there and we don't unwrap it at all. Marcia says, loving your thoughts will create what you love. Beautiful, beautiful. And Joyce says, be open to writing. I like that. Oh, Robin said she needs to get on the computer. The cards are small on the phone. I bet they are. I know when I watch your guys' shows, I always have it. I have it on my phone, and I have it on my TV at the same time. So that way that I can comment. Because I can't comment on the TV. But a lot of times when you flash something like that, like a card or something, I can't see that on my phone. Heck, sometimes I can't even text and see the letters big enough. So I totally get that. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. And we're going to do one more. Ooh, I like this. It says the gift of connection, the crown chakra. It says, and it's got the number 27. And it says when you, well, I don't know. I don't think it's made for you to be able to read it all because there's things in the way. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Then there's a picture of heart with wings. Look at this. This is so cool. And over on this side, wait, no, wrong one. This side over here, you can see the heart with the wings. And I like the number 27. I've always been a fan of odd numbers. I don't know why, but always. So let me know if you get any kind of information from that card. all about the gift of connection. And that crown chakra is what, helps us to connect with our higher power. It helps us connect with source energy. And that energy can come and just flow right through our crown chakra. So we'll see if anybody has anything to say about that, and then we're going to move on to something a little different. Hopefully I can do this. What I want to do, I did practice with Tiffany before the show. Joy says, third eye energy opening. I love that. Sarah says, surround yourself with the violet flame and open your heart chakra and spread love. Beautiful. I love that. Now what we're going to do is we did a little bit with the cards to see, kind of warm you up a little bit. And now we're going to try this with some photos. I'm going to pull up a photo, and I want you to really look at it. Really see what the energy feels like of the photo, of the, what's going on in the photo, of the person's energy. Feel, are they still living here on this earth in their physical body? Do you feel like they have passed over? Do you get any impressions on like their personality is or was? If they were or are in pain, and if you do, like what impressions you get, like what part of the body would it be? Do you know the things that they enjoyed in life or that they do enjoy in life? Comment any and all information that you get, because you'd be surprised at something that might seem like nothing to you that's actually something. So let's see if I can pull this up. I'm going to be really excited if this works. Hold on. Okay, here we go. There we go. And I think I did it. Can you guys see the photo? There we go. Awesome, it worked. Okay, now check out this picture. Uh-oh. Check out this picture and tell me what impressions you get. Is the picture gone? Uh-oh, something happened here. There we go. Okay, please comment if you can see the picture, so I know what's going on here. I feel like you can. Okay. This seems so, okay, great. It seems so much easier when I did it before the show. Okay. Sam said, let's see. And Sarah said, commenting on that card, surround yourself with the violet flame and open your heart chakra and spread love. Sam says, connected to spreading joy. Okay, so you guys can see the picture. So take a look at the picture and what impressions do you get from this person? And, just comment the impressions you get. Just you can look at the picture as long as you want. Don't try to think, things into it, but really try to go from what vibes you get. That's what you want to go off of. You don't want to look at it and like try to see stuff in the background to see when, what time period this could have been in. Don't do stuff like that with your mind. Just try to feel it and see what comes to you. And impression is joyful. That's good, Sam. I like that. So I'm wondering, are you guys like, do you immediately get an impression, or do you kind of just have to concentrate and focus on it a little bit? How is the information coming for you? Sarah says, this man feels like he was happy and would do anything for anyone. Awesome, Sarah. Joyce says, family, happiness, love, memories, past. Marcia says, love from his eyes. Well, those are all absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hi, Heather. Nice to see you. We are tapping into our inner power. We did some work with some cards, and now we're doing some work with some pictures. Just catching you up a little here. Just take a look at the photos and see what impressions you get. Don't try to think about it. Just feel what comes to you. It could be a song that comes to you. It could be, anything could pop into your head, but don't dismiss those thoughts. And we'll do it for another couple seconds here, and then we're going to go on. Now, I will tell you that for the ones that commented on this was a picture of my grandfather, and I don't remember which birthday this was, but this was on his birthday, which is his absolute favorite day of the year. He acted like a 3-year-old kid at Christmas on his birthday. And he has passed. Bluebirds. I'm not sure about the bluebirds. Warmth and happiness. That's really cool. Now, I will say that, Sarah said she feels like he's passed. Robin said he looks like he could be your granddad. He was a humorous man. Looks like he told jokes. Yes, he would tell jokes that were only funny to him, though. Nobody else really got it. He wasn't like the friendliest person with his family, with like people from his church or his friends. He was super friendly and stuff, but with his family he was just different. And I don't know if that was just like the way he was raised or whatever, but that was just him. Now let me go to the next picture here. Oops, there we go. Next. Didn't go to next. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now take a look at this picture. And it disappeared. Okay. There we go. Okay. And let me know what you guys feel from this photo. And it's really hard getting these pictures to look super good because they're a photo of a photo. So it was really a challenge just trying to get them to look halfway decent where you could actually see what they look like. Marcia says, young at heart, definitely. Yep, always young at heart. She very much was. Very much. I feel like she loved to cook, especially baking. She did. She was an excellent cook and an excellent baker. Sam says his impression is clever. Very clever. Sweet, gentle grandma, loved to cook. Yes, she did, Joyce. Is this your mom's mom? She was a great cook. Yes, it is, Robin. It's my mom's mom. And she was a great cook. And, I mean, she could cook like nobody. Okay. And, let's see. Go into the next one. And we have this one. And then this is the last people picture. I got a couple animals and a couple places and stuff. Oh, Robin said that she told me, aw, that's awesome. Sarah said, I see daisies. Sam, is that you? No, that's not me. No, it's so funny because I almost was going to use a picture of me when I was little, but like every single picture you see of me from the time I was, well, from the time they have taken the first picture of me, you can always tell it's me. I look exactly the same. When we used to, in school, when I was in grade school, we used to, like once a year, everybody would have to bring in a baby picture and they'd put them all up on the bulletin board and everybody would have to guess who was who. And everybody always guessed mine right away because it looked exactly like me still. Nice heart. Robin said, this looks like your daughter. It is one of my daughters. Sam says, nice heart. Yes, she has a ginormous heart. Tiffany said, this little girl looks like you. She does. You know, this was like, this age right here is such an adorable age for kids too. They're just so sweet. Sarah said, this little girl looks very curious and playful. Yes, she's always been. She still is very curious and playful. Joyce said, sweet baby, a little feisty, but very loving. A little feisty, Joyce? I don't know. Sometimes she can be very feisty, but she has one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. And, this picture was from a long time ago, but it was one that I could find easily today. Robin says, she is so cute. She looks like she just got into some stuff. She was always getting into stuff. She was the one that she liked to climb out of her playpen. Well, that's what they were called back then. They're not, they're different now. But she would nap in there and you'd go to get her up and we'd be at my mom's house and she'd be nowhere to be found. She would have climbed out and had, ventured off somewhere and just fell asleep. And you walk in and don't see her and she gives you that sense of panic. But she was always very active, still is. And now she has 2 children of her own. So it's pretty amazing. It's really cool, watching as your children grow up and they become parents. It's so cool. Now, there is something very unique about this little guy. And it's not something that you would know just from looking at him from this picture. You would know it by looking at him in person, but not from this photo. And I don't necessarily think it's something that people would pick up on. I didn't pick up on it the first time I saw his photo. Oh, thank you so much for your super sticker, Heather. I really appreciate that. So awesome of you. But this dog belongs to one of my kids. And he is definitely a sweetheart. Sarah says, wow, he feels like he is a protector. He is very much a protector. Very much. He was the first dog they had, when they were a couple. He can't see, adorable and loving. He is adorable and loving. I'm not sure about the can't see. I do kind of think his eyesight is starting to go a bit, but I'm not sure, how much. But the one thing about him is my daughter and her then boyfriend adopted him. His name is Buddy. They adopted him from the Humane Society or whatever, ASPCA. Robin, is he missing a leg? Yes, he is. He has 3 legs. He had been hit by a car, and I guess it just mutilated that leg, so they had to remove it. And so he had just healed from his surgery when my daughter got him. And that is awesome, Robin. That is so awesome that you picked up on that. Sarah said, and he don't mess with my human. No, he is very protective, very loving dog. But yeah, that was the one thing that was very different about him, is that he has 3 legs. You would not know it just from watching him. Like when she first got him, like I didn't know it for a while because you just see him running around and you never notice it because he doesn't act any different. It's like he doesn't even know it's not there. So I didn't even know it for a little while. Robin says he is adorable. He really is. He is a sweetheart. And now he has a baby brother, which, a dog brother that is, like, about 70 pounds more than him. But they get along. So that's the important thing. And here we have kitty cat. This was one of the most awesome cats I've ever seen in my life, as far as cats go. So let's see if you guys pick up anything from him. I'm so excited that I got the pictures to work. Robin said, this is fun. I need to do something fun on my show. E.T. and a cat bowed to me. I am the king, Tiffany says. Well, Robin, I was thinking about it. And, I've never done anything like this on the show, but I thought, hey, this would be kind of fun to do. And when it first popped into my head, I was like, okay, well, how's that going to work? How's that going to work? And then all the, it just came rushing in. And I'm like, okay, I can make this work. And I thought it would be kind of cool. Tiffany said, this is fun. Thanks for doing this, Ruth. You're welcome. It's fun to do something different once in a while. Like last week we had Paige and with the past life messages. That was really awesome. And next week we have Carol Ann, and maybe she'll bring her crystal ball. Who knows? He looks bossy. I love it. That's from Robin. And Sarah said, I feel like this cat liked to have his space, but he was very loving. He was the most loving. Well, I had 2 cats in my life. Both chose me. And the first one, her name was Sabrina. And I would just go to the animal shelter, just ran like every once in a while just to look around with no intention of getting a pet. And this animal just spoke to me. And she told me her name was Sabrina and all this stuff. Well, we ended up adopting her, and we had her for maybe 8 years. And then she got very, very sick, and there was nothing they could do for her. And we actually had to put her down, and it was the day we went to my dad's funeral. So that was a really emotional time. So many years later, I would go to the animal shelter with my daughter, who's going to get a cat. I had no intention of it. This cat saw me, and he was in he wasn't in a cage, but it was like glass. I think it might have been plastic, but it looked like glass. So you could see through it. And he was leaping on this glass, everything he could do to get my attention. So I'm like, this is interesting. So I went in the little room with him, and it was like a reunion or something. Like he knew me, and he knew he was supposed to be with me. So we went home with 2 cats, and he was super, super affectionate. He always slept with me on my bed. He'd always put his head, his forehead on my forehead, and just purr and purr. And then when the last week or 2 that my mom was very ill before she passed, that energy, I don't know, he couldn't stand it. Anytime the door was open, he would take off. And we'd try to get him back in, and then he'd take off again. So what ended up happening was a neighbor of ours, her daughter had several acres, and she ended up taking him because he wouldn't stay in the house anymore. And a couple of times he came home with injuries on him. One time it looked like he had leaned up against a hot tailpipe on someone's car or something, and burned the hair and skin on his leg, and he was just a mess. But he always came back every night to eat, and he'd hang out outside, but he just did not want to come in the house anymore. So luckily I was able to find somewhere where he could be happy being outside and and all, having his room to roam. Sarah says, okay. Joyce said, someone's angel on earth. Yes. Robin says, he was the ruler of the roost. He was loving and an attention hag. He really loved attention hog. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like Tiffany is still laughing at that. Yeah, he did like attention. I can remember sitting at the table feeding the kids chicken nuggets for lunch one day, and I look over and he's over there. He's got his little paw on the plate up there, going like this, knocking chicken nuggets off and eating them. He liked to eat, the food that we eat. He was crazy, but the sweetest cat I've ever known. Okay, now this next one, I think, whoops, is something else. Oh, I think it's a place. Yes, it's a place. So, see what kind of messages you get from this. I'm just glad I can laugh at myself, you know? See what kind of energy you feel here. Because I know a few things about this house. I'd like to have found a picture of the house that I grew up in when I was, a kid. However, the house is no longer there, so I'm not sure how that would pan out anyway. Let's see if we're feeling anything here. Do you guys get any impressions from this house or from this picture? Or, you feel any specific energy around it? Did your mom live here? Grandparents' house, maybe? Not my grandparents' house. My mom did live here. Something is missing emotionally, even though it's pretty. That's interesting. Well, I know people are very organized. Oh, thank you, Marcia. This is the house that me and my mom lived in before she passed away. Now, I will say that people have seen things in this house. I do know that the woman who lived in this house before my mom bought it was very, very ill in a nursing home for several years, and the house was vacant. Heather agrees with you, Joyce. Sarah says, I feel angels surrounding this property. Feels peaceful as well. And I do know that, things were sensed about this. People were drawn to this house, very strongly drawn. But I know my mom has seen things that she, described to me. And yes, very organized is very true. My mom liked things a certain way, but it was more like me. I was the one that more was the one that got things organized, but she liked them she liked it once they got that way. She always liked a lot of clutter, which was the opposite of me. So Robin says, oh wow, I feel lots of spirits in this house. I believe it. I really do. Hear lots of different noises at night, or see things, and well, that's pretty cool. But there wasn't anything like scary there. Now, I want you guys to look at this picture. It's very weird. I don't know how well you can see it, but if you can, this is an image that was in a photo. There's a couple sitting in a chair, and this image was in the photo above their head. Robin said it's not very peaceful because all the activity caused anxiety. Marcia says, yes, something with being organized. Now, if you guys can't see this very well, I apologize. It looks a lot lighter here. It wasn't smoke. Okay, how do we do? Oh, I have to do it in the other. Okay, let me see if I can do that, Tiffany. Let's see if I can. Is that better? Okay, there. Excellent. So this is what the image looked like in the photo. Of course, it wasn't, back in the day. Well, I don't think this was a physical photo. I can't remember. I think it's a digital one. But a lot of times, you take pictures at family events or at parties or wherever, and you don't notice things in the photo until much later. And we didn't notice this until later. But nobody ever could figure out what it was. There was no smoke in the room. There was no candle burning, nothing that could have caused. Because I know it looks a little bit like it could be like smoke, but it's almost like it's in a specific shape. We always just thought it was just a weird. We always just called it that weird picture. I know it's not, but it looks like Yoda. Sarah said. Oh yeah, I can see where you say that. That's pretty funny. So, man in a hat with glasses, Tiffany said. Holding a pint of beer. Robin says it's a dragon. Well, I think it's pretty interesting that, everybody sees it a little bit differently, which is, what we were talking about. This is a super fun show, Marcia said. Oh, thank you, Marcia. I'm so glad. Heather says, I see a road covered by trees. Oh, wow. That is so cool. You guys are very creative. Okay, so that's the end of my photos. So I'm going to shut that off. And now I have some objects. Okay, I'm going to put an object in my hand. And without looking at it this time, I want you to try to guess just whatever impressions you get. Don't second guess yourself. Stay out of your mind and listen to your intuition. And don't be afraid to guess incorrectly. Let me give you an example. Like maybe, in my hand I have a sewing needle. And the first thing that pops into your head is your grandma. Well, obviously, your grandma is not in my hand. So you don't say anything because you think you're wrong. So you just dismiss the message that you got. Then you see when I open my hand up, oh, look, it's a sewing needle. And you think, oh my gosh, my grandmother used to sew all the time. Now it makes sense. The point is, trust the information that you get all the time. Of course, afterwards it's going to make sense, but still put it out there. You're getting it for a reason. And some people may get information better from a photo, but not from an object. Or they may get it better from an object, but not a photo. Everybody is different. But that's kind of makes it fun. Marcia said in that photo she saw a child eating a sundae. I love that. Kind of reminds me of a grandfather clock, Sarah said. Robin said, is it blue? No, it is not blue. However, I think blue might be a part of this color. Do you know what I mean? Like yellow is a part of orange. If that helps. So just see any information that you get. It's right here in my hand. And then I'll show you what it is. See if you guys get anything. I have a harder time with this. When I try to guess stuff like this, this is more difficult for me. Linnell says a turquoise stone. Sarah says, I see silver and gray. Marcia says, jewelry. Robin asked if it's a crystal. Goldylocks Tiffany asked if it was a green stone. No, and this is actually just something I was looking for something specific. And when I found it, I thought, well, I need a couple more objects. So I grabbed this one. Joyce says aqua or turquoise jewelry. Okay, I'll let you guys guess another minute, like a couple more seconds here, and then I'll just show you what it is. And I'll tell you it's plastic, and it's shaped like a butterfly, and it's just a little charm that I found, and it's purple. But you know, blue is in purple, correct? Okay, I have another one. Sarah said a hairpin. Okay, I have one more now that's in my hand. Then after this, I'm going to show you the object and see what impressions you get from it. Because that might be, you know, maybe you get your information easier that way. You know, maybe you know automatically what's in my hand, and, you know, you want to give someone else the opportunity to figure it out first. I don't know. But we'll see if anybody picks up on any energy from this. Robin said a ring. No, it's not a ring. But it's funny you said that, because earlier I was thinking of using a ring. And you know, now that but I didn't. But now that I put this in my hand and I have my hand closed around it, I can feel it vibrating. And I've noticed since last Saturday, like my own personal energy has been supercharged, as far as like when I go to bed at night and I'm laying there, I can still feel my whole body vibrating. It's crazy. Joyce says a dark crystal. Sarah says first impression, red and love. Well, I would say a little portion of it may be a dark crystal. Well, this is really pretty. I guess I never really looked at it as much. Part of it is it is a amethyst, and part of it is lighter here, and then it gets darker in the back, and part of it has like the rougher edges, which I love. Part of it's smooth, which is really cool. Okay, so for the last object, I'm going to, oh, it was on a chain. Okay, I'm going to show you this necklace. I don't need the chain, I guess, because it's not the original chain anyways. But I want you to look at this up close so you can see it really good. It's engraved. It's got these beautiful pictures. Well, I just don't feel like you can see this very well, and I'm not doing a good job of putting it up there. Yes, it's a locket. Okay. Can you see the birds that are engraved on it? So I took this. Sarah said, yes, my energy is vibrating at a high level also. I know, and it's amazing. Although it's not it. This morning and last night, I woke up, my dog woke me up 1:00 in the morning. The first night this week that I was able to just go to sleep earlier and go right to sleep and stay asleep. And she woke me up. So she was going crazy to get out of my room. So I didn't know what was going on. Well, it ended up that she had to go outside and do her thing. So when I got up, I felt it was like the intensity of, you know, when the Titanic came up out of the water and hit the water with that force. It felt, the intensity of energy felt that strong. I literally felt ill for about 20 minutes. Just I don't know. It was, the energy was really kicking at that time, and it was a lot. So then when I laid back down, I couldn't go to sleep for a little while because my body was just like, ugh, which is really kind of cool. And I love that I can feel the vibration and the energy so much. I'm pretty grateful about that. Yes, it's a locket. Yeah. Robin sees the birds. Joyce says, my dog has been getting me up around 3 a.m. Oh. I feel your pain, Joyce. And my dog never gets up in the middle of the night to do anything. We always go before bed. And if we don't go right before bed, she'll go first thing in the morning. She's never gotten up during the night, only maybe a couple of times. But this locket, it's from my grandma. My grandma gave it to me when I was 12 years old. It was from her boyfriend when she was young, not my grandpa, but was this your mom's? She comes as a bird sometimes. No, this was actually my grandma's. But she told me that, like, I guess it was her first love that gave it to her. But inside of it, it's got my grandparents, my grandma's on the top, and then their wedding picture is on the bottom. And for whatever reason, my grandma decided she would give it to her first granddaughter. I took it to a jewelry store once because, like, it's, I'm not a fan of gold, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And it's never, like, tarnished or changed color or anything over all the years. So I took it to a jeweler one time and told them, when my grandma got it and all that. And they told me that it was made before gold was stamped, which I thought, wow, that's kind of interesting. But I just think I've never seen anything where, the picture has been so engraved in it like that. I just thought that was really cool. Robin said, that's amazing. Sarah said, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, so one day I'll hand it down to probably one of my granddaughters. But I don't know. It's so funny, getting little teeny tiny pictures in there like that. But I've always loved it. And even though, I wore it when I was younger, but I have not worn that, probably for 40 years or more. But I just keep it because it was my grandma's and it has sentimental value, of course. And then one day I'll just pass it on down. Maybe, Tiffany said, what a treasure. Joyce said, beautiful. Sarah says, this has been a lot of fun. I'm so glad. When the show first started and I could see the comments and I didn't see anyone there, I thought, well, in order for this show to work, people are going to have to comment and respond. So it all worked out great. Absolutely great. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, but we are out of time. This hour went so fast. And don't forget to join me next week when Carol Ann Carey will be here. And, if you've never watched Carol Ann's show before, she's a lot of fun. She's a very gifted psychic medium, and you will be really amazed. Robin said, thank you for a fun show. You're welcome. Joyce said, really enjoyed this. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Tiffany said, thank you, Ruth. What a great show. Well, thank you so much. You are so welcome, everyone. You're welcome. I can't think. Marsha. Good night, Joyce. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Without you guys participating, you would have just been me yakking. So I really appreciate that. I hope you guys will come back next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next week. I love you all. Good night.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.